and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but opinion turn red. Can't let deck, shit down in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
What's up?
And of course, we've got Churchy.
In the void.
Today we are doing a bit of a laid-back, extended beers and banter, we like to call them.
I mean, we do, but it's not extended at all.
Not anymore, no. It's like the same length.
Yeah.
They used to be when we had hour-and-a-half episodes.
But this ain't that.
That ain't that.
This
is just a beers and or banter.
So this is like, we're just chilling.
Yeah.
We don't have one topic. We have many smaller topics. This
Combined.
is like... Yeah.
With our topics combined, we are
Captain
episode.
Topic. Yeah, we are episode.
Captain episode, yeah.
What's the thing where you share meal? What's that called? Come on, Brand's
Meal
goofing.
prep?
What? Who's this guy? What's that thing called? Tapas.
Tapas?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking more like, what's the big soup?
What's the big soup?
The big soup. Where
Any soup is big if you
it's like a big
like
soup
a
where
stew?
everyone puts something in. It's like from Stardew
Is that
Valley.
potluck?
Maybe.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Anyways.
What's a potluck?
Hey, we just
is a
filmed
potluck?
Battle Report. We just filmed the Battle Report.
We did.
I have an agenda. I'm going to push it. You don't get to have opinions, Shane.
You got an
or
agenda.
questions.
You are the agenda.
Yeah. Global agenda. Great game. Played it?
No.
I went through my Steam games, and it's my fourth most played game ever.
How many hours you got on there?
120.
Is that all?
Sorry.
My most played game, I got like 300 hours.
Is that all?
Yeah. I'm actually disappointed by that.
Yeah, mine's 1,200.
And it's Rust.
Yeah.
Yours is probably Dota? League.
First of all. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's League. That's not on my Steam,
Not on Steam.
though.
So you don't know?
Yeah.
You just don't know?
I know it's League by far. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It's 1,200 on CSGO on Steam, though.
Sweaty.
So I shouldn't be this garbage
Sweaty.
at video games, but
True.
yeah. Yeah, very sweaty. Very sweaty. We just filmed the Battle Report.
Yep.
Which got me thinking, I should ask Shane, what do you look for in a battle report? Like, if you sit down...
Yep.
If you sit down.
If I choose to sit down.
Yeah, if you sit down, or do
Yeah.
you prefer to stand up and watch a battle report?
No, definitely a sit
What
down
is
kind
the
of guy.
perfect
Yep.
battle report to you?
Oh, that's a tough one, man, because I've been a connoisseur of battle reports for a while, and I've watched many different levels of production, right?
Yeah.
Like you got Play on Tabletop, whose level of production is like the top.
Yeah, the tippy top.
goats, right?
Yeah.
You know, their production is incredible. Great shots. They have effects over it with little things like explosions and shooting and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it brings you in a bit more, and then there's the the handy cam kind of style, which mini wargaming still do.
Sure.
But they're known for their volume, right? They
Right.
have so many different campaigns and battle reports of every kind of different game. But like,
Yeah.
I think something in between, like the handy cam, like one guy's perspective is great because it's easy to do.
Sure.
But it's kind of not as immersive when you can't see both players.
Yeah.
You're getting one person's reaction all the time,
Yeah.
which is the opponent, of course.
Yeah.
But then it's also good because you get like close-up shots and it's easier to follow, perhaps. I don't know, man. I like something in between.
Sure. In terms of, and you're talking about purely cameras at the moment.
Yeah.
What about length? Do you like something that's like quick cut? It's like 10 minutes, 20 minutes? Or
maybe like a half hour.
Okay.
45 minutes.
So they've done some heavy editing.
Yeah.
They've brought it to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
You don't want that hour and a half.
No, not enough for the long haul, man.
Okay, cool.
I just don't have the concentration.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
And you said effects. How much is that important to you? Like if you're just like...
Oh, nah, not.
Yeah.
I probably prefer fewer effects.
Yeah, same.
But they can just... They can add a little bit.
Sure.
A little bit.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe in like some B-roll or something like that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like on the table shot, I don't think they're needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. No, good.
How about yourself?
Yeah, I think I hate battle reports. Yeah, no.
I hate battle reports.
No, I dislike the handy cam voice behind a camera filming on your iPhone vibe.
Yeah.
I dislike that a lot. I understand if it's like a new channel, low sub count, obviously not getting subsidized greatly by ads or anything like that. It's better to have more battle reports, some of which are handy cam quality.
Yeah.
iPhone quality. And it's less about the quality of the iPhone, more about the fact you can tell it's in someone's hand.
Yeah.
Like you could film on an iPhone if you put that thing on a rig. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fine, sure. But
Tripod even?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
A tripod. You could get a gifted friend to hold it. That's it's up to you what kind of tripod you want to put it on.
Of course, yep.
So I dislike that, and I feel sometimes I watch battle reports of channels that have huge amounts.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why is this not at least on a tripod?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're like $13 from Amazon for the little, like that. Oh, that one. That thing they paid me to take that. That thing's garbage.
I was going to set it up before Churchy got here. I was going to set it up for say, we're doing 2 cams, Churchy. Just set this tripod up because I know he fucking hates it.
Yeah, that's awesome. He does hate it. I love how much he hates it. I love that it's just standing there in all its glory.
Fully extended.
Yeah. It's locked in, ready to go. Not doing it. There's no camera on it.
No.
There's no purpose. In fact, it's in the way. Just for Churchy's displeasure.
It's funny that you say that you're not a fan of the handy cam thing, which it's definitely the signs of a smaller channel.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, mini wargaming still do it.
I just don't think there's an excuse for it. Come at me, unpopular opinion. You're just underselling. Anyways.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Especially for a large channel like that, I feel like they could pump a little bit more into that production value, and their battle reports would skyrocket.
Yeah. And I guess it's all swings and roundabouts, and it's how, for example, we run at 0 profit.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, if we're doing at least this, then they should be doing X. But they could also, because they're hiring people and
paying employees
and doing all that stuff, and they're renting a thing that we don't have to, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe they're also making close to 0, but I don't know. Yeah. I feel like a $14 tripod for your cams. And I like the roveability. I like that you can move it around. And you know what? Some people are unfazed.
Yeah.
Like they don't see that thing and want to break their computer screen like I do. Just put the camera down. I love to when people have 4 cams, 1 on them, 1 top down, and then 2 thematical ones that get moved around, but you don't notice because they do it in between the other shots or in editing. That to me is the ultimate flip side of holding a camera and just zooming around, because when they do that too, they're also using the phone audio.
Yeah.
And I think that's the part I hate most of it.
Yeah. So you're an audiophile.
I'm getting angry at other people's battle reports, actually.
Yep.
I need to calm down.
Yeah.
I need to time out. Churchy wants to sub in for me.
You're quite triggered.
Speaking of money, we had an interesting listener question the other week.
Yeah. It was very interesting.
I got rid of the exact wording of it.
It's gone. From memory, it was how many OG Patreons do we need to quit our jobs?
That's right. This was from Pure Blind. Yeah, before we start thinking about quitting our jobs, and then on the flip, how many more would we need before we don't even think about it and we just straight up quit?
And Pure Blind is an OG. So maybe he's asking this question because he maybe has some massive inheritance and he wants to start up a whole bunch of Patreon accounts.
Oh, yeah, he wants to know how much money would it take to buy us.
To buy us.
Less than you would think, Pure Blind.
Oh, yeah, we go very cheap.
Less than you would think. But in terms of if you don't have an inheritance and you're just thinking how many other people would you have to convince, probably a lot.
Many.
First of all, this is a 3-man show.
Yes, yep.
So it's not just about Shane and I paying for ourselves.
No.
How much? I'm not going to work the math because I don't know if there's ever a number. Really? Oh, no, that's a lie. Obviously, there's a number.
I mean, there's a number for everything. Everyone's got a price.
Everyone's got a price.
Yeah.
You could buy me for a Pepsi Max on a good day if I'm thirsty.
Got some Coke Zeros in the fridge.
That's not what I said, dude. Did I stutter? I think I had a Coke Zero and I've lost it. That's how little I cared about it. Well, that would be tasty right about now.
Well,
yeah, I think our goal for this podcast is to ideally, if we ever got more money, we would just give Churchy more money, which means he could edit and do more stuff, which means we could just play more games.
Yeah. For those that aren't aware, it's been no secret that we pay Churchy to edit our videos and to set up everything he does. Oh, of course, he looks after us incredibly. But, all the audio setup, a lot of stuff goes in behind the scenes that you sort of, in the void that you don't quite see as the end result, most of our videos are edited by Churchy himself. And then, just setting up the audio, different things on the computer,
Shane doesn't even know how to turn the computer on. So
there's a blue light in there.
That's not it. That's not even the computer. You just pointed to a light on the ground. He thinks everything that emits a light is a computer. It's like,
is a computer?
I love how we've got 17 computers.
But so we have the ability to pay Churchy, not a living wage by any means, but all the Patreon money that we make goes to Churchy.
Yeah. And the more we get, the more content we could do.
Yep.
Because that's sort of all we're limited on is time and skill, which we don't have, so we outsource.
Yep.
So I think it's also a good balance because it means the more patrons we get is a reflection of the content we're putting out.
Yeah.
And so we then use that to turn more of that content that people like.
Yeah.
We put more of that out there. So I also like if we never have to work, like if this is never a job, then it's always a passion and you're always going to get passion level effort, not job level effort.
I have to do that. I have to make this video to make my mortgage this month.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
And like you can pick that up from, a lot of the bigger YouTubers out there.
Yeah.
They have to make a video to pay the bills.
Yeah. And they can so quickly get burnt out doing it that way.
Yep.
Whereas that's not something I foresee for us.
No.
When we're in it for the long haul, and I think that helps. Like you look at who just quit recently?
Luke's APS.
That's right.
Or Geek Gaming,
Yeah.
Luke from Geek Gaming. Geek Gaming itself is still running.
Yeah.
Don't think the YouTube channel, but the shop that make all the basing materials is. But and some of his videos, you could kind of see it coming. Like I've been watching Luke forever.
Yeah.
As long as I've been in the hobby, it's probably one of the first ones I found. And you can kind of see, it was a very sharp. He exploded.
Yeah.
And then it was a gradual decline.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I think he was tired.
The last few months, so many comments on the videos of the last few months, like people could tell.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get burnt out.
No.
We want to just keep doing what we love, which is also why we didn't niche down into one particular game.
Yeah, it's why we're not a 40K channel.
That's right. That's right. Good segue too, because I remember on our old episodes.
Sorry.
Like for all of season 1, anytime we talked about another game or 40K and compared them, we would sign off by saying, well, 40K is always going to be our main jam. I don't know if that's true anymore, man.
Or how the turntables. I feel like 40K is probably one of the last games I would play these days.
Well, while you talk about that, I'm going to go get a delicious Oh, wait.
You're going the wrong way, dude. The fridge is that way.
Yeah, this one's still got stuff in it.
Isn't that mine?
Oh, where's mine, then?
I don't know. And this is why this isn't a full-time paying job.
If we got 2 more goats, we could afford some Pepsi Maxes.
True, the Cokes were on sale. All right, dude.
Yeah, dude. We're out here buying sale Cokes. No, we do appreciate all of our patrons, by the way. You're incredible. The fact that we have a studio and a Churchy and all these lights and all the games behind us and all the games in front of us and all the games in the future are all because of you. We just wouldn't be into it this much without the patrons because they keep us vibing.
Hell yeah.
Anytime someone gives you money, like that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Like,
you know what? And to think too, the people that we've met, even those Patreon and not on just in the Discord, incredible people. Like every single one of you guys have changed us in a way. You've introduced us to new games, new painting techniques. Just sharing your games and your stuff. It's so amazing, and we've made lifelong friends because of a little silly little YouTube thing we started doing.
Yeah, like what?
4 years ago or something.
Yeah. Going back to our little hot box, 40-degree Churchy site office, absolutely sweating.
I think I nearly died.
Yeah. By the end of the because we did 2 back-to-back episodes, which was about 3 hours of probably 4 hours of recording because there was that first episode. It took us so long to actually start. And it was just wild because like back then we didn't have a goal. We just kind of shot stuff into the wind.
What we were doing. It was just so not to say we know now, but I think we got like at least 5% more of an idea now than we did back then.
Yeah, like the direction of it has been built by the people commenting on YouTube, jumping in the Discord, jumping on the Patreon and finding out why they did that. Because that's obviously what people love to see, and we love doing it all. So yeah. Anyways, very cool. Yeah. You're all amazing. Why do you hate 40K?
I'm not gonna say I hate it. It's just definitely not going to be always my main jam, as we toted back in season 1.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all we knew, though.
That is all we knew.
How arrogant we were to say that that'd be our main jam when we didn't know anything else existed.
Yeah, it's so true. But I guess we just went with the idea that like this is the biggest and best. So why would we choose to play other games? Like, yeah, we can muck around with other games. There's a cool Japanese samurai one we might muck around with.
Yeah.
Because of the theme every now and then. But I mean, it's 40k, it's 40k.
Yeah.
So,
Space Marines in it, dude.
Yeah, that's right. It's got Space Marines and space robots and all these really unique, non-IP infringing ideas that just, yeah. So I understand the logic behind us saying that because the lore is second to none, but that's the power of a company that can mishandle so many decisions.
Yep.
Is it can turn people like us into looking at other things.
Yeah. Yep.
You know? And I feel like it was 9th edition.
Yeah.
I feel like it was 9th edition. It was a little bit of 8th and like the slow release of codexes and how like armies with codexes were better than those without. And I was like, I don't really like, that's not very fun.
No.
And then they finally all got them and we're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's now, 9th edition might just be like, we all get to finally use all of our codexes and just tweak the games. What do you mean there's new codexes?
Yeah. It's so interesting though, to go from like the earlier editions where I think it was like Dark Elder, even up through 7th and maybe even into 8th, they were still using their 6th edition codex. From memory. Maybe it wasn't Dark Elder, but it was one particular faction
that had that same
issue
codex for ages.
For like 2 editions or maybe even more. But like nowadays, it's like every edition, every army has to have a codex, even supplementary codexes for Blood Angels and Raven, you know, like...
Yeah.
And it's just like... You can see... We've seen their mentality change.
Yeah. Or their business model has come out.
Yeah. It's become more common knowledge, I think.
Yeah, more in your face, I suppose.
Yeah,
I think too. The problem is like Games Workshop definitely want to keep people in Games Workshop's cycle. Yeah, and so they're creating an environment where you kind of got to be all in to keep up. Yeah,
but it's like an echo chamber though. It's like, you know, it's just like, you don't even think of mentioning any other manufacturer. Don't go into that shop with brushes that aren't their brand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
First-hand experience.
Churchy,
say no more.
If you come back to this store again, you have to buy something, mate. You can't just keep... You've been in here 3 times and not bought a single thing.
Yep.
Bro.
Rude.
How dare you? And Shane, don't bring a paintbrush.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just the mentality.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's an incredible universe and it's awesome. And the game at the moment's fun.
Yeah. And the models are great.
Yeah, that's it. But I can definitely see why it's not our main jam anymore. As people that want to be able to play other games, it's very difficult to do that and come back to something that is as all in as and so ever changing as 40k.
But you can't even give it a break for a year without coming back and being like, what's going on?
Yeah. What are these models? Yeah. What do you mean this army isn't an army anymore?
Yeah.
Harlequins. What do you mean this army is an army?
Crude.
I wish. Squats are back? What do you mean? Oh, they're not called squats?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
It's fair for them.
That's crazy. Yeah, it was funny to listen back to that and just say it so absolutely. Oh, 40k will always be our main jam. Yeah. It's the bee's knees. It's the thing.
How young we were.
Ah, yes. Naive and unbroken. Naive and unbroken. Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, it definitely could turn around with this edition, but I mean, everyone's in wait and see mode, I think.
I think so too.
So I guess we'll wait and see.
Wait and see.
I had another thing. No, we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that one.
Oh, no.
I played in a Shatterpoint tournament.
You did? Yes. Now, tell us how the day went from the minute you got nearly to Werribee.
Nearly to Werribee. Let's go back a day. It's Friday night, I believe. Yeah, Friday night. Yep. I'm painting the last of... I'm just rimming a couple bases, finishing off a Sarge. Well, not finishing off. None of them are finished in my mind. But, you know...
Tabletop.
Tweaking a Sarge.
Be good.
Getting them on. All happy, all ready to go. I'm like, oh, I don't have any magnets. That's fine. I'll blue tack them to the things just to get there and back. It's a little bit of extra effort, but whatever. At least I'll stay on the tray. Jump in the car the next day. I'm ready to go. I even bring spare terrain. They told me not to, but I thought, who knows? What if we have extra people?
Yeah.
I don't want to be unprepared.
No.
So I'm driving to Werribee, which is like a 20-minute drive. It's chill. I'm listening to my tunes, absolutely slamming off, vibing. So keen to play some Shatterpoint. Get onto the turnoff of Werribee, and someone in front of me brake checks because either a rabbit or a small cat dart across, and I see it, and I compute it all at the same time.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I brake checked when they brake checked.
Oh,
I slammed on the brakes.
Like your reaction speed was like faster than humanly possible.
Faster than theirs, faster than the rabbits. When that rabbit was born, I was braking. And so I broketh hardeth, and the modeleth that were on my passenger seat on the metal tray with the token tray next to them all flew into the passenger seat. And I just saw all the models out of the peripheral fly off, and then like the metal cake tin, and then the tin with all the heavy tokens just landing on top of them. And I just heard crunching and grinding and screams from myself. But it was an out of body experience. So I was lifted out of my body, and I could hear myself screaming.
So you're watching down at the car,
and I'm just hoping that we get out of this.
So. Okay, so you have a metal tin that you use to transport your models.
Yeah, it's over there.
Yeah, these models
are brittle.
Yeah, but they're not magnetized, right?
They're not magnetized. No.
So, do you think the tin was the problem?
No, I think the car braking was the problem. The gravity was the problem.
What if they were on a plastic thing?
Then the token thing would have crushed them.
Of course.
Yeah.
They were doomed from the start.
Yeah. So like in terms of how it could have been, because these things are apparently notoriously brittle. I mean, a lot of their stuff is skinnier.
I mean, their lightsabers are like 2 mil thick, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And people are like, oh, I've played like 5 games and I have to fix lightsabers after every game. And I'm like, oh dear. And so all these comments of the brittle nature of these models is echoing through my head as I've seen them disappear into the void that is the passenger floor. So I pull up. I don't really have time to assess the situation. I just pile them all onto the tray and walk into the store for the tournament, which starts in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. The clock is ticking.
The clock is ticking. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get there 10 minutes early. Why not? I'm already registered and ready to go. So I'll just walk to the table and put my minis down.
Yeah.
Alas. So I get there and I'm devastated. I'm crushed. I'm not quite the human I normally am. And I asked for, I walk in sheepishly and I'm like, does anyone have super glue? They're like, oh, what happened? I was like, oh, car broke and all these shattered. They're like, oh, yeah, I think someone has super glue. No one cared.
No.
No one cared. Or they did, but they didn't know how to sympathize for me.
Of course. Maybe they were like, they didn't want to like, discount your emotion at the moment.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to like say, don't worry about it, dude. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Because while saying that can help, it can also do the opposite.
Well, saying that could be the best thing you need to hear.
Exactly.
Only a sage might be willing to give you that advice. You sent me a message. You're like, I'm sure it's going to be fine, dude. I'm like, you didn't see it, man. You don't know.
You weren't there.
You weren't there. You didn't hear what I heard or see what I saw. Anyways, this guy Lachlan, absolute lad, gave me some super glue, the best super glue. It's like $20 a bottle. He gave me the premium stuff and some accelerator.
Yeah.
Absolute lad of a lad. And, everything had come off its base. So that was fine.
How's that?
Yeah, it's plastic glued to the base.
Yeah.
So that was kind of crazy. And they all came clean off the base like I'd super glued them.
Maybe you didn't use enough plastic glue.
I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been ankles.
Yeah,
so for one of the Magna Guards, he snapped his ankle and his little blade thing.
Oh, yeah.
Asajj lightsaber bent slightly at one point, and that was it.
Yep.
So put them all back on the base, super glue the Magna Guard back together. Asajj fixed her lightsaber up. But then I was like, how are these people breaking stuff when they're just playing a game? I was in a car crash.
Bashing a car crash, all right, dude.
I was in an accident. I was attacked by a shark.
Survived, dude. Nothing's
Maybe I got a fright and died of shock later. You don't know.
They can do that.
Yeah, they can do that. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe these people are like actually bashing their models together.
Yeah, maybe. That's true. They're doing actual lightsabers they're those proper $800 ones you can buy for
and not like the lightsaber duel out of A New Hope. Like this is like current day Star Wars lightsaber duels.
Yeah, this is like Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. I don't know how to say it. Anyways, so and then I finally it's like 5 after 10, and Wolfie, one of the people at Guff, Werribee, one of the owners, was like, "Oh, Bam, tournament organizer, it's 5 past. Are you going to start soon?" And he was like, "Waiting for Fox." I was like, "I didn't realize everyone was waiting for me to glue these models together." I was like, "How could this day get any worse?" Now I've held up 12 strangers.
Yep.
Anyway, so we start playing, and the tournament is amazing. I've actually never played and finished a tournament.
No, you've ducked out
4 times.
3 times?
We played a doubles. Our last people ducked out, so we ditched. GTO, Star Wars Legion, 3 times.
Yeah.
So circumstances meant I had to leave early, or our opponents pulled out, so we just decided to leave early, whatever it was. This is the first one I'd completed.
Yeah.
It was just a little 1 day, 3 rounds, learn Star Wars Legion, full casual tournament.
Legion?
Whatever. I don't know, AMG Star Wars game.
How did you feel after the tournament?
Like, normally after like 2 rounds of 40K, I just want to like go into a spa and just melt in there.
Yeah.
Because I need somewhere of all the stuff in my brain just going away.
Yeah, okay, yep.
But this, I was just hyped.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Because it's so, like, you learn a new game, and this game's got no shortage of rules. So it was mentally taxing, but I got home, had dinner, and I'm just like online, looking through forums, doing my thing. I'm just like, what other list can I build? What's coming out soon? What can I mix and match? How does this rule work? I didn't play that right. For like maybe a week, I was like that.
Wow.
And
So your wife was concerned?
She's always kind of concerned.
Okay,
She's always in like a neutral state of concern.
Yeah.
This was only like slightly heightened.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it was expected. She was like, yeah, but he's been at a tournament.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
Fair.
so loved it. Had a lot of fun playing. My opponents were great. The whole crew there was great. And I won a thing.
You won a thing. What did you win?
Well, I won the door prize of the Ahsoka model, like the alternate.
Did.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
So I was kind of keen because I was like, I'm never going to win first, second, or third. But I could win the door prize. And if the door prize is that Ahsoka model, that would be sweet.
And how do you enter the door prize? Is that just like a...
You just got to bring a
random
door.
Oh.
Which I had a card door from earlier.
Well, I mean, you've had 4 and...
Yeah. Well, I just brought mine in because of the car crash. Yeah, no, you just had to rock up, play in the game, and have painted models.
Okay, yeah.
So that's kind of why I was scrambling the day before. So on the one hand, the horrific accident I was in was devastating because I just
And it
finished
scarred
painting
you
them.
both physically and mentally.
Yeah, I think it was like a 4-car pile-up or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm okay, and the tournament was a lot of fun.
But imagine it coming out of such a horrific accident,
Yeah.
which had probably fatalities with only a few broken models.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm all in all, I think it worked out pretty well. Considering 13 people died, I think it's probably fine.
You know, if everyone from the tournament was in that horrific car accident, you would have won all the prizes.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah, that didn't really work out for me, did it? Kind of wish
Probably
more
the
of them had have died. Anyways, that was great. I loved it. Had a good time.
Yeah.
I won a game.
You won a game, nice.
Against the guy who gave me the super glue. So that's how I reward people that help me
So
out.
it's treason then.
It's treason then. Do it. So anyways, it was good. And I still haven't really come down off the Shatterpoint high. Or maybe this is what it's like to enjoy a game and I just never known it.
This is possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. This from the messages you sent me and the urgency to play a game.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this is probably your most popular, your most favorite game.
It is definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like that. I just bought 2 expansions that I just actually have no intention of playing because I want all of it.
You have it now?
Yeah, they're on their way.
They're on their way.
They're on their way. So, yeah, I like that we had this game planned for like Friday or something. You're like, oh, sorry, man, I got called into work. I was like, that's fine. How's Monday sound?
Yeah. Like, well, I've got an RDO on Monday, so we can do Monday.
And I'm playing.
I'll be there at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. What's the earliest you do? I've also got a game in 3 days in Guff Werribee against my 3rd opponent of the day.
Oh, nice.
So,
who was that?
That's Stephen Curry from work.
Oh, yeah.
From work. It's Moss from work. You know that episode?
IT crowd. Very good. Yeah.
Cool. So that's Shatterpoint. I hope you're enjoying it because as my opponent and the recipient of all my Republic models, you'll probably be playing a few games.
Hey, it's fine. Anakin was doing work today.
Bro got work done.
He did.
Only model on that table I cared about.
Yeah.
And I cared frequently about it.
Ahsoka did nothing.
Oh, did she play?
She was there.
Oh, she showed
I
up.
wouldn't say she played.
Yeah, she did a Dooku. And they kind of just
Dukes.
they go last and everyone else has already moved up in combat, but they don't have the extra ability to kind of like get up there.
Nah.
She's got force speed, but Anakin needed all that. He was force hungry today.
Oh, he was.
He wanted to fight lots of
Drinking
stuff.
it.
He was drinking
Yeah.
the force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But you like it? You're enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to getting my boy on the table when they release him eventually.
Yeah. Darth Vader. Yeah. Yeah, it gets better with age, that game, as you learn new rules.
Yeah.
I still don't really remember all of them, but whenever I have a good turn or I remember something,
Yeah.
and you sort of feel like you're getting more confident, I can't wait for the day where you just feel like you've mastered that little squad.
Well, it's great to see, like, the ones I'm seeing now is, like, I'm starting, the more we play, the more, like, synergies
Yes.
I'm seeing between the models.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm realizing what abilities do. Like, the first couple of times, there were text on those cards, I was just like, I'm not even going to bother reading.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, so I was just like,
Yeah.
move, attack. Now I'm like, oh, hang on, coordinated fire.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's it.
that could be useful.
That could be useful.
It could be useful.
Yeah.
It's like free bleeds on, you know.
And Rex gets some
shoots.
free shots and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, even today I was like there was things I did throughout the whole tournament, like key combos, and I was like, oh, actually that works over here as well.
Yeah, yep.
It's like the battle droids, if they're within range of battle droids, they can add an extra negative effect. And I was like, oh wait, the Magna Guard have the keyword battle droid.
Yep.
And so like it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be those two, it could be so there's some really cool stuff going on. And I like discovering it. And I like that we're just running the same faction or same list every time.
I mean, you won't let me play with Asajj and Dukes.
No. No. Absolutely not.
And
But
he's
built,
doing work.
I have built Maul and the other Mandalorians.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you can play as them soon too.
I could probably go like full Mandos.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That was the last game against Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah.
Hit him with the shot from the 3. That's who I played with. He had full Mandos.
Yeah, nice.
And he beat me. So maybe good. I don't know. Maybe he's better than me.
Could be true also.
We'll find out Thursday.
Yeah, man.
Totally.
Very nice.
Let's get out of here.
Let's do it.
Let's go have a drink
True.
of Coke. Coke Max.
This?
Pepsi no sugar. Is that mine?
Yep.
Thanks. I'm toasty. Thanks, patrons.
Yeah, massive thank you to our patrons. I mean, this episode has been half the episode talking about patrons, but without you guys, as you now know, we couldn't do any of this. So massive shout out to you. We've got Burnsy, Final Dinosaur, Lethal, Gridlock, Axe, Annex, MJ, Whack the Ewok, Test Dummy, and Black Apollo.
We got Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy. Imagine being a patron and an employee.
Oh, imagine.
You're paying yourself.
Sucked in, bro.
Rad, Ollie, Hockers, Penny, Aggro, Don Don, Pure Blind, and Big Roach. Thank you for your continued support. We wouldn't, and we won't do it without you. Thank you so much.
Check out hobbyhomies.com for links to all the stuff. Check out Bingeworthy Breakdown. The girls, Kate and Caitlin, are breaking down Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They are well and truly over halfway through. They're getting up to some of the spiciest episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
And check out our other channel, which is where we drop all the battle reports, as we previously mentioned.
Yep.
And we'll see you next Sunday.
Hooroo.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice.